Good day to everybody. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon all across the world. If you would like to speed up this recording, we are starting 5 minutes early. You would be able to speed this up if you're watching it later on YouTube, and you could speed through this, to speed up 5 minutes to where everybody comes in with the meeting. So we always start early. If you're watching this later or a year from now on YouTube, please be advised you can always speed this up. And in about 5 minutes, everyone's going to come in. Okay, let me, Jean Marie, make you a co-host because that will be great.
So for co-host Marty, I can just go ahead and go to participants and add them in.
I made you a co-host now. Good afternoon
Good
to Vincent
afternoon.
Africa.
Good afternoon, Professor Martin.
Hello,
Good
hello.
afternoon. This is Jen.
Yeah, I applied to Vanderbilt University in Tennessee to switch my doctorate last night from National University in California. So we'll see if I get approved.
That would be wonderful. Definitely
Yeah.
let us know.
Gosh,
Marty, the link that Max has, is that the
on
same?
it's on our front page. It never changes. The fail-safe for everybody when you can't get a hold of people on WhatsApp, they're not answering the phone, I can't find the email, I can't find the message, is always just to go to the website and click right there. He's right at the top. And it is the same all the time, but that is a very safe fail-safe, always to be able to rely on. Just go to the website. You look, bro.
Rotary.org.
RotaryGlobalImpact.org.
Got it. Yeah.
So you're going to go ahead with those guys and you made some adjustments, huh, Vincent? Got
Hello.
your
I,
latest
I
message.
did not get the message you mentioned earlier.
Oh, I saw on WhatsApp that you had said you're going to move forward with that offering and the partners there in Nigeria. And there were some more adjustments made to the situation.
Yes. So
So
there will still be revisions. We are still going to have revisions to the documents before we move forward with it. So I'll at least between today and next week, we'll get that sorted out. But I'm open to always take on other offers on the side. So thank you so much once again, Professor Martin. I really appreciate
yeah,
your guidance and your advice as well.
it sounds awesome. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sure did try to help. I mean, obviously I could do more, but that's a lot when you start getting into contract reviews.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
How is Mrs. Tommy as well? How is she
She's
doing?
doing so much better. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
My regards to her.
she's doing so much better. Yeah. She literally um was a very good report uh at the hospital this week. So we were super happy about that. Looks like Max is coming in now.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of great reports and yeah, super awesome. Shanker's coming in from India.
Hello, Max and Shanker. welcome,
Hello, hello, hello. How you doing?
welcome.
Excited to be here.
Mr. Max, welcome.
Good to see you.
Yes,
Good to see you.
Thank you for having me. I like this. This is
Absolutely.
fun.
absolutely. You're gonna meet everyone at one time. Everybody's
Mm.
gonna want to know who Max is.
That's amazing.
The
I
Max
like it.
Minute Moments, yes.
Oh yeah, got it. I like the international. This is fun.
Yeah,
Truly.
Vincent, where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria, Mr. Max. You're welcome.
Awesome. I love it. So we got people, Gene, we got people from everywhere, huh?
We
All over
do, we
yeah,
do.
Bangladesh, India, Nigeria, Ireland today, USA,
Yeah, yeah, I'm in
Canada.
Ireland, so I'm kind of both places, US and Ireland.
Love it.
And
I think I'm doing a pretty
Istiak,
good job of letting people in today.
that's because we're prepared, right? If
Yeah.
go. What's the weather like, Max, where you are in California?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. So I'm just out really close to Malibu. So I work in Malibu. So I pretty much spend most of my days there. And we joke when we have like recruits come by and stuff, and we'll say it's only perfect 350 days a year. It's like we get
Oh my
probably like
God.
between 72 and 75 degrees like every day. So yeah, sunny, lovely, very blessed, very grateful.
I
That's
love that
wonderful.
Malibu and Venice Beach.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Definitely my most favorite place in the world.
really, really
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
Istiak,
Yeah.
how about you? How's the weather where you're at?
A little hot, but bearable. Basically,
Now
it's
you
not
tell
June
me,
yet, so that's the only thing I'm worried about is that it's not June yet. So yeah,
oh, okay, so what's a little hot?
yeah, yeah. We don't do Fahrenheit, right? But Celsius is about 35, something like that, 35 degrees. I think that's about 70, a little bit more than 70, probably. I'm
Yeah.
guessing, yeah.
Oh, that's not hot. I love it 90 and above. In Texas, that's what we're usually at.
But it's very humid here, right? That's the main issue.
Mm.
Yeah.
Istiak, it is 40 here, 40 in India, Ahmedabad.
Wow.
Wow,
Already? Man.
that's cool there, isn't it? Is
No,
it?
No,
No?
it's
that's
really,
in
really
Celsius.
hot.
That's
Oh,
really hot.
40.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 yes. Truly, look at we have quite a large number coming in yet, Marty.
Yeah, and we're very modern, so I mean, we do allow the AI note takers. A lot of our members read it later. We'll watch the video even a month from now,
Yep.
because this is going to go up to YouTube permanently. And
Mhm.
yeah, I see Stormy's coming in. Everybody wants to see Stormy and make sure she's okay. Yep, Pumza is on from South Africa. I see with her AI. Yep. Good to see. Good to see. Elizabeth from Florida, Elizabeth Hicks. Yep, excellent to see. Istiak is recording as well. Dawn McCarty from Tampa. Thank you,
Oh,
Dawn.
yay, Dawn. Hello, hello.
Yeah, we appreciate all the modern approach to this.
So, how many members do we have right now? One,
It's
two,
like
three.
13 on right now, and we have 34 members in the club.
Yeah, 6 members actually, because all the others are note takers. I see.
Okay, and there's Stormy is on.
Right.
Nice, Tommy.
I'm
Hello,
muted.
hello,
Good morning.
Stormy.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good morning.
Morning. Good
Morning,
evening
Stormy.
from India.
Good evening from Nigeria.
Guys, I would suggest that we start at, it's 9:05. Let's just start.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah. All right, everybody.
Absolutely.
Give me a sec.
So a motion to start the meeting has been offered by President-elect Doza. Can we get a second?
I second.
Jean Marie Russo
Thank you, Jean.
seconded for the minutes, which are being recorded and will be sent out within 30 minutes of the end of this meeting. All in favor of starting the general meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed, please say nay. The motion is passed. Today, Mr. President-elect, We have 3 regrets sent by President Ritu Chopra, is attending a TED conference. Also for the International Peace Committee, our Peace Committee for District 7680, Quanta Dawn Light is in the International Peace for Nuclear Proliferation meeting right now, and to cease that, shut that down, slow that down, all nuclear aspects. And then Chuck Woody Eki, the foundation chairperson, has sent a video for his message this week. So that's all the regrets, sir.
It's all good. All right. Like I said, it's not mandatory for our members to, come to the meetings as when we started the club, we made sure of that. Anyways, hey, everybody. So good morning, good afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. I'm joining all the way from Bangladesh. My name is Istiak Doza. I am, as Marty said, I'm the president-elect for 2026 and 2027. And of course, it's always an honor to host, our little gathering here at the Rotary Club Global Impact. Usually what we do is we always start with a non-denominational prayer, and Marty usually leads that unless Quanta is available. And Marty, if you can, let's go into that, and then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Quanta is in charge of that, and she's at the very important meeting today.
very important. Yes.
Today's
Yeah.
Rotary Club of Global Meeting Prayer is eternal spirit of life and light. We gather today with grateful hearts, thankful for the gift of community and the joy of fellowship and the boundless possibilities stitched into every new day. Bless the work of our hands and our speaker today, Max Rooke, the dreams in our hearts and the service we offer, not for fame, but for love of humanity. Strengthen our resolve when the climb feels steep, sharpen our compassion when the world feels cold. May we be architects of peace, builders of hope, gardeners sowing seeds of kindness that bloom beyond our knowing. Guide our discussions today, that they may be seasoned with wisdom, lifted by laughter, and driven by a purpose greater than ourselves. Let Rotary always be a beacon, like Mr. Rooke is, of integrity and darkness, of unity and division, of action where others see only obstacles. For today, for tomorrow, and for all who walk beside us, we ask for grace, vision, and an unstoppable spirit of service. So be it.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you so much. Now, one of the great things about being part of this community is the opportunity to get to know each other better. And obviously, most of us know each other, but still, I would like to start this practice where we go do a round of, quick round robins, and each and every person is given 15 to 20 seconds to introduce themselves. I'll go last, and Jean, you're on my camera, so you go first. All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm Jean Marie Rousseau from usually the United States and Texas, and I am currently in Ireland right now. Speaking Success Secrets is my corporation with a global influencer platform. And we have Max Rooke from my Speakers Bureau that's here today honoring us.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Shankar, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. My name is Shankar Damodaran, and I'm the secretary for the RCOGI based out of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. And in my professional side, I'm also the executive director of a global enterprise called Global Chamber that is spanned in 525 metros, and it looks after their interests locally here. Then we believe that doing business across the world is as simple as doing business across the streets. Thank you.
Nice. Stormy, if you can go next, that'd be great.
Yes. I'm Stormy Mangello, and I'm a human resources professional with about over 20 years of human resources experience, and currently working with Brookshire Growth Partners out of Charlotte, North Carolina, as an HR consultant.
Awesome. Vincent, you're next.
All right, good evening, everybody. I am Vincent Adeosun, and I reside in Nigeria. I am currently pursuing opportunities in the areas of cybersecurity, and I'm a student learning from my great boss, Professor Martin. Thank you so much for having me here.
Awesome. Where's Marty?
I'm here. I'm hiding
Okay,
somewhere.
got it. Oh, right, Rotary Club. Yes, please. Marty, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Marty Mongello, and I'm a former White House Master Chef. I am listed as one of the keynote speakers for Jean Marie Russo's Speaking Success Secrets. I essentially produce a White House state dinner for conventions, clubs, meetings, and corporations, and I'm able to deliver between $500,000 and $1 million in the past of doing these events as a speaker at a dinner or luncheon. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right, I'll go next, and then I'll move on to Max and his presentation. So my name is Istiak Doza. I am joining all the from Bangladesh. I am a marketing. I'm the president-elect for the Rotary Club Global Impact, and also I'm a partner in Modular Associates and freelance marketing consultant. So Max, you are our main event. I'll allow you the opportunity to introduce yourself to everyone, and then take us.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
Istiak, I'm going to go ahead if that's okay. Can I read just a little something from Max?
Sure,
And then
sure.
we're going to let Max come in. Is that okay, Max?
Sure.
Okay, you can correct me then. Here we go. So Max Rooke is a former professional soccer player and current associate head women's soccer coach at Pepperdine University. He is a dynamic speaker, global influencer, and success coach known for his life to the max philosophy. And through his coaching, speaking engagements, and his book, Max Moments, which I'm hoping he brings today, he empowers individuals to elevate their performance by mastering mindset, habits, and resilience. In his upcoming presentation to the Rotary Club of Global Impact, Max will share his insights on achieving higher or next level to success and living life to the fullest. And he's going to share with us a wonderful opportunity today to take notes in life and in business. And Max, welcome.
Goodness me. Thank you very much indeed. What an honor. Appreciate each and every one of you. Jean, thank you for the introduction. Now I've got to follow up with something special, right? To kind of like set the bar super high. So like, all right, the expectations high. But I love that. I love that. That's the world I live in, the world of high performance. And so yeah, thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for being here. Appreciate it. And I know that what you mentioned about it being something where people can come back and watch, I love that too. I really think that is awesome. So to everybody that is going to be watching this on repeat or watching it later, then again, welcome, and I hope you get something out of it. I'm very honored, as Jean said, to be a part of kind of that speakers bureau, and yeah, let's have some fun today. All right, but as Jean said, so my name is Max Rooke. I have my little thing. I'll show you my t-shirt right here. So life to the max. That's kind of like my business. I currently work at Pepperdine University, which is in Malibu, California. And so blessed to work there. The blessing that Marty, that you shared today, to me, like it hit me right here. It was something that I feel very like the world that I live in at Pepperdine University. A big portion of what I do is live in a very high pressured world, but the way we go about living in that world is we connect to something way bigger than ourselves, and when we live in that space, then I know that amazing things can happen. So thank you for opening up this meeting in that way. That was really special too. And yeah, so like I say, so Pepperdine University, I'm the associate head women's soccer coach. I've been there for 11 years. We're one of the top teams in the country. That I say that not to impress you, but sort of to impress upon you that that's kind of like the level that I get to be in, get to work with some players that have gone on play professionally. We've got a girl that's currently on the US women's national team for some context. Her name's Lynn Williams. So it's just a real honor and pleasure to go work with some extraordinary young women at Pepperdine University. So and to kind of connect the dots, if you will, I want to share something. So Jean sent me the little blurb from, is it the president? Where we got right here? Is it the president, Jean, that could make it today? Okay.
Ritu, yes.
Yeah, Ritu. So Ritu sent. And so I just want to read something because I was reading it and it made sense to just give some context of the world that I live in and where you're at. So she says here, this year, Rotary International is focusing on several global initiatives and our club proudly aligns with them. And the first one was this. It was empowering girls and women, championing gender equity through education, leadership, and opportunity. And when I read that, and also you've got protecting the environment, promoting peace and conflict resolution, then disease prevention and health equity. That first one, empowering girls and women. That's the world that I live in every single day. I get the blessed opportunity to show up and help some extraordinary young women live into their dreams, live into the goals that they have, help them become extraordinary women of character that can go and make a massive impact in this world. So when I saw that, it really jumped out to me that the work that you're doing and the work that I'm doing, it's, even though it seems like it's two different worlds, it's really not. So I just want to share that. And that's the connection that I made here. And so if it's okay with you, what I want to do based on that, kind of what I do in that world, what I do with Life to the Max, what I do with my book, Max Moments, is I want to share with you just a couple of things, not too long, just a couple of things that hopefully can help make a difference in your life, can help make a difference in helping you in your business, again, in your life, in your relationships, whatever it's going to be. Because I will start here, okay, if that's all right. If somebody was to ask me, like, what is it that I've spent my entire life doing? Like, what is my purpose? What is it that I've been born to do? Well, when I was younger, when I was a professional soccer player, I used to live in London, in Reading, England. Grew up there, and then in 1998, I came over from the States. I came over from England to the States, and I brought with me a suitcase, a dream, and a positive attitude. I'm like, somehow I'm going to make this work. You know, I'm going to do this thing. And I come over, and 20 whatever years later, I'm here talking to you today. But along that journey, whether it be as a professional soccer player, coming over to America, continuing my playing career, which then turned into coaching, playing a couple of world championships, really giving back to the game for what the game gave me. The thread through all of that is I've really been obsessed with trying to figure out what is the difference between good and great. That is the question that I have spent my entire life working towards. What is the difference between good and great? Like, what is the difference between those that do and those that don't? Those that can, those that can't, those that will, those that won't. What is the difference between some people that say they want something and boom, they do everything and they find a way to make it happen, and those that say they want something and yet they fall short? So for me, that has been a lifelong obsession, is trying to figure out, whether it be as a player, now as a coach, coaching soccer, and really soccer is the vehicle, or my Life to the Max business, it's figuring out what is the difference between good and great. And along the way, I used to be the person, I raised my hand, I used to be the person that was always like, I'm looking for the big things. I'm looking for the big things. I'm looking for the big moments, the big insights, the big things that can move the needle. And over time, I've shifted my mindset, and that's really what I want to speak about you today. Is I found out that the little things make a big difference. Okay, and so here's a story I think that just kind of maybe nails it home. Okay, for each and every one of you. And again, if you can just take one thing today, just one thing. That's my hope. That's my heart is sharing with them as I'm popping on, as I'm hitting join today. I'm like, everybody, Lord, just give them one thing that they can take away. And so this story for me encapsulates. If you don't take anything away from today, you just take this story, that will be enough. Okay. Anybody here play golf? Anybody play golf? I'm looking at everybody on the screen. I know we've got people joining. Anybody play golf?
Does miniature golf count?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing.
Let's go with it. Let's go with miniature. So some miniature golfers in the house. All right. Does anybody like golf? Okay. All right. If we don't play golf, does anybody like golf? Okay. All right.
No.
Yes. All right.
I do like.
Raise your hand if you know what golf is. Anybody raise your hand if you know what golf is. Okay. So we're all on the same page. At least we all know what golf is. Okay. So it's a true story. I'm out on the golf course, technically not the golf course, but I'm out on the driving range, right? So I'm out on the driving range. It's a true story. I'm out on the driving range one day, and this was number of years ago. So I'm out on the driving range, and I'm not going to do this. If I was on stage, normally I'd get up and I would like be swinging the imaginary golf club. I'm not going to do that today. But so I'm out on the golf course, on the driving range, and I go up to hit this shot. And if you know, so you say whether it be miniature golf or soccer or basketball, whatever it's going to be, generally in high performance, there's a pre-shot routine, right? So I take this little pre-shot routine. I've got the shoulder shrug, and I'll get my eyes dialed in. So I rear back and I hit this shot. I'm like, boom! When I hit it like 200 yards, like straight down the fairway, I'm like, whoa! I'm like, I like this. I like golf. I can do this. Okay. So I'm kidding you not. It's a true story. Next shot. So I do everything exactly the same. Exactly the same. Okay, same pre-shot routine, same shoulder rolls. I'm looking down, everything's the same. I rear back, I hit this shot. Are you ready for this, everybody? I hit this shot. And it goes like 50 yards off to the right. Bam. I'm like, what the heck could just happen? I just hit this shot straight down the middle. Now I'm going 50 yards off to the right. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the business world, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're in my world, as a sports coach, sports athlete, whatever it's going to be, relationships, anything, right? When something happens, when you go off course, when it's not the way you planned it, right? You start to get a little bit, you're like, what's going on, right? You start to get upset, you get mad. And so in that moment, what do you need to make? you need to make a couple of adjustments. Okay, not big adjustments, right? But you just need to make a couple of adjustments, a couple of changes, a couple of tweaks. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a couple of tweaks. Not much, just make a little couple of tweaks. Third shot. Okay, it's a true story, everybody. I cannot make this up. Okay, third shot. Same pre-shot routine. Okay, because that's important in athletics. Everything's the same. I read back. I hit this shot. Boom. Guess where it goes, everybody? Whether it's live or off this or watching this a month later. Look at this. This thing goes 50 yards off in the other direction. Now my head is spinning. I'm like, what the heck? I just hit one shot straight down the middle. I hit one 50 yards off to the right. Now I hit one 50 yards off to the left. Now I'm like, I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm stressed out. I'm ticked off. I can't figure this thing out. And in that moment, and this is the beautiful thing. This is why I wrote this book, Max Moments. And like I said to you, we could end this conversation right here and you've got a max moment for the day. As I am in that moment, frustration, I didn't know at the time, the golf pro from the club is walking by me. Maybe he saw something, so saw a little bit of athletic, something in me, whatever. But he walks past and he leans in and he says, "You're not too far away." And I'm like, what did he say? What is he talking to me? Like, what did he say? I'm like, what did you say? He's like, "You're not too far away." And I said, "Please explain." And what he proceeded to tell me changed the course of my life. It changed the trajectory of me as a coach, as an athlete. And really it changed the trajectory of my mission and my purpose. Because he said this. He said, when the shaft of the golf club and the golf ball, when they meet, if the shaft of the golf club is off by just 1 or 2 millimeters, just 1 or 2, the compounding effect of that 1 or 2 millimeters over the distance the ball travels creates the 50 yards that the shot went over there. And if I just change the head of the golf club by 1 or 2 millimeters, 1 or 2, by the way, this is how much 1 or 2 millimeters. Everybody look at this. This is 1 or 2 millimeters. Ready? Boom. That's it. 1 or 2 millimeters. Look, I'll show you again. Ready? Boom. That's 1 or 2 millimeters. If you just change the head of the golf club by 1 or 2 millimeters, the compounding effect of that 1 or 2 millimeters over the distance the ball travels creates the 50 yards that the shot went over there. So the difference between me hitting a shot all the way out to over here, all the way out over here, and straight down the middle, the difference between all of those shots is 1 or 2 millimeters. And so then I'm like, man, isn't that like a recipe for life? Sometimes we think we're so far away from what we want, but the very thing that we need, it might be staring us right in the face. It might be just around the corner. We haven't turned the corner yet. It might be just on the other side of the adversity that we're going through. We just haven't got far enough in through our adversity to see the blessing and the opportunity that's on the other side. So my entire life changed in that moment. And ever since then, I've never been looking for the big things. I've always been looking for the small things. What are the small things that can make a big difference? What are the smallest changes in emotions, energy, mindset that can make the biggest difference in our lives? So now I just apply that to athletics, but you can apply it to anything you want. And so today, if it's okay, I'm going to run through this. And Gene, you give me like the little countdown, or Marty, I need some countdown. Because if Gene said, hey, you got 3 hours on this thing, boom, I'd be here for 3 hours, right? But I know I can't be here for 3 hours. So I'm going to put a little timer on it. But if it's okay, what I want to do is I want to show you, like, what is one little shift? What is one little shift that you could make today in mindset and energy that can ultimately make the biggest difference in your life? Okay. Does that sound good, everybody? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. That makes sense, everybody? Can we get a little, yeah, we'll get a little thumbs up? All right, okay. So if I was to look at life as a pyramid, okay? In fact, can I actually share my screen? Is that possible?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have it, Marty? Okay, good.
Yeah, we look at that. Okay,
There he is,
beautiful.
right there. Yep.
Beautiful, okay,
Thank
let's
you.
do this. Okay, let's do this, boom. How does this work? Bang. Okay, there you go. What's the difference between good and great? Like that. Okay, look. So I'm gonna show this. Okay, so I'll breeze through this quick because again, it's like I'm not on the stage, and I definitely want to be conscious of everybody's time. But look, I look at this, our life's like a pyramid. Okay, and at the top, you can see right life, right, the level at which we experience life. If I ask anybody in life, I'm like, what do you want in life? Okay, I've never had an athlete come up to me and say, I hope that we lose every match this year. I hope that we're the worst team in the league. I hope that we're just terrible. Like, nobody says that, right? Or as an entrepreneur, I hope that we never make any money. You know, like nobody says that, right? Everybody wants to do life at a high level. Everybody wants to experience life at an elevated level. Okay. Well, this for me is how I structure it. Okay. The level at which you play the game of life, the level at which you experience the game of life really is determined on where you live. Okay. Now, it's not where you live physically, right? We've got people from all over the world here, all over the world. It's not where you live physically, it's where you live emotionally, right? Let me break that down for you. I live in Malibu. I get to work at a soccer field with some of the highest level people in the world. And our soccer field overlooks the ocean. It's incredible. People show up to our field and they like the first thing they do rather than warm up, you know what they're doing? They're taking selfies, they're taking pictures. They even forget they're about to play a game because they're so enamored by where we play our matches. But here's the thing. You could live in Malibu and be miserable, just like you could be on a pile of dirt and have the time of your life. It's all perspective. It's where you live emotionally, not where you live physically. So it's the energy with which you show up to life every single day. Okay. And where you live emotionally is determined on two things, two controlling forces, which is your state and your story. Your state being how you show up to life every single day. Okay. The energy with which you bring to meetings, the energy that you bring to your workforce, the energy that you bring to your relationships, right? That's focus, physiology, language, all those things. And then it's our story, We all have a story. You have a story. I have a story. We all have a story about why things are the way they are in our life, why we can do something, why we can't do something, why we will do something, why we won't do something. And that's just based off our beliefs. And again, I don't have time to go into that today. That's not my purpose for this call, is to go into our beliefs. And you've heard about this before, right? But our belief systems, okay, it's just nothing but a feeling of certainty about what something means to us. Well, those two controlling forces are based off of 3 questions that we're quickly going to go through today. The bottom rung of the ladder right here. The 3 questions that shape our destiny. There are 3 decisions that you make all the time. And if you can dial these 3 questions in, you will be able to play the game at life at a higher level, because the decisions that you make here, those 3 decisions are going to control your state and your story, which is going to determine where you live emotionally, which is all going to ultimately determine the level with which you play the game of life. Okay. So I'm going to come out of that so you don't have to listen to me. So you don't have to look at that the whole time. Okay, so these are the 3 questions. Everybody got it? Can we get like 2 thumbs up? Can we get 2 thumbs up? Do everyone see the 3 questions? The 3 questions? Yeah, good. All right. So here's the 3 questions. Number 1 is what are you going to focus on? Right? What to focus on? Where focus goes, energy flows. What you focus on, you're going to feel, and what you focus on, you're going to get more of. Okay. And now it sounds so simple, and this is it. This is the key to this. Is sometimes it looks like you're like, well, yeah, that's simple, and I get it. But here's the thing. Simple, just because it's simple, doesn't mean that people implement it, right? It's your ability to implement and take action on these things, okay? So where focus goes, energy flows. What you focus on, you're going to feel, and what you focus on, you're going to get more, okay? And I would just say this, I'm going to pull this up just briefly. I'm going to pull one more slide so you can see this, okay? How about this? Here we go. Okay, everybody see this? Everybody see this again? Okay, so look, so we talked about this most important decision you ever make. So look, I told you I get to work with some really, really great people, and whatever you focus on, you're going to feel, and whatever you focus on, you're going to get more. Okay. And so you got to be very conscious about what you focus on. I see people, and they're all the time, whether it be as a great leader, even as great leaders, and they're always focused on the problem. This is not fair. This sucks. Da, 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 da. Are you focused on the problem, or are you focused on the solution? Remember that golf shot analogy? Are you veering more towards the red box, or are you veering more towards the green box? Like say the negative, or just focus on all the negative things, right? They can tell you everything that's negative about their life, but they can't tell you anything that's positive about their life, right? And I look at this group. I hung around Jean for a long time now. Jean is a very positive person. Jean spends her time in the green box, everybody, okay? Let's just talk about that, okay? I appreciate that, okay? But you know those people I'm talking about, and you show up and you're like, hey, how's your day going? They're like, oh my God, life's such a suck. Let me tell you, I can't believe it. The whole world is just against me right now. I'm like, come on, all I needed was a good right now, you know? It's like, there are those people, you know who I'm talking about. So where focus goes, energy flows. Are you focused on the things that you have to do, or the things that you get to do? It's such a simple thing, but I'm telling you, when I have conversations with people, what are you doing today? Oh my God, I have to go to practice. I have to go to class. I have to take a test. I have to have this crazy meeting. Well, your energy signature is way different when you say you get to do something versus when you have to do it. Be mindful of that. When you say, "Oh, I had," your energy signature. Again, I could spend hours on these things. So I'm just going to go for a briefing. Be mindful of what you say and how you say it. When you say I have to do something, it is very different than when I get to. I know a lot of people, not high-level people that I work with, and they always focus on things they don't have. All the resources, right? It's never a matter of resources. It's never a matter of resources. It's only a matter of how resourceful you are. And I know people that can tell me all the things they don't have, you know, the reasons why they're not successful. Well, we don't have this, we don't have that. You know, in my world with soccer, well, if only we had better players, if only we had better resources. Well, I get it. You can always want for more, but it shouldn't be the story you tell yourself about why you haven't achieved the things that you want to achieve. So I know people that spend all their time focused on what they don't have versus being focused on what they do have, right? Then there's the burden, the blessing, the challenge and the opportunity, the end and the beginning. Those last two right there, challenge and opportunity and end and beginning, for me, big ones. Especially when we get to things like injuries, setbacks, adversity. Is it a challenge or is it an opportunity? Is it the end, as I said before, or is it actually the beginning? Is it setting you up for something even greater? You just got to get past that initial phase to see what's on the other side. And ultimately, wherever you're at in your life, are you coming from a place of fear or are you coming from a place of faith? When you make decisions and you focus on fear, you're always running away from things. You're always turning away. You're always reacting. When you come from a place of faith, whatever faith plays in your life, whatever part that plays in your life, when you come from a place of what you're really saying is I'm going to show up as a humanitarian, right? Global impact. I'm going to show up. I'm going to play my part, but ultimately I have to know that there has to be an element of faith in what I'm doing because I'm part of something bigger. Okay. So does that make sense, everybody? Is everybody with me on that? Is that, yeah? Everybody? Okay. So I'm going to do the stop share. Okay. All right. So that's the first thing. Okay. So where focus goes, energy flows. Okay. Focus goes, energy flows. And then what I would just say is this, and this is really what I want to get into in terms of just helping you understand and get that takeaway from today. So whatever you focus on, the second thing is, what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean? So let's take it right now. There's three questions. Number one is you have to focus on something. All of us, every day, we're all focused on different things. So whatever you focus on, you then have to give a meaning to it. And this is exactly why I wrote this book. So let's do a little exercise. So you're not always listening to me, because I was thinking about today, I'm like, man, these people can listen to me for like 20 minutes. That means they're like, man, get this English guy, get him out of here. What are we doing? Come on, he's rabbiting on. So let's do a little activity, okay? What I want to do, get a little pen and paper. All right, has everybody got a little pen and paper? Get a little pen and paper. We'll do a little game, okay? So there's no right or wrong answer on this, okay? But we're going to talk a little bit about meaning. What I want you to do, I'm going to give you just, and again, if you're on watching this on repeat, you can do this too. Has everybody got pen and paper? Yes, we good? Everybody got something to write with? Okay, perfect. All right. So again, there's no right or wrong answer. This is all, like say, whatever you say is the right answer. Okay, just want to say that. So I'm going to say a couple of things, like a little sentence, and I want you to finish the sentence with one word. Okay, you're going to finish the sentence with one word. So whatever the first word that comes to your mind, right? Don't necessarily come from here, from the head, come from the heart. Okay, the first word that comes to your mind, write it down. So I might say something is, whatever the first word that comes to your mind about to fill that sentence, boom, you say it. All right, sound good? All right, so let's do it. Okay, all right. So I'll say the lines, and we'll just do a couple. We won't do too many. We'll just do a couple. First word that comes to your mind. Okay, life is. Write it down. Life is what? Write it down. Life is what? Write it down. The first word that comes to mind. Life is. Okay. Next one. Men are. Men are what? Write it down. Men are. Okay. Always get some interesting answers on that one. Okay. Okay. Women are. Go. Write it down. Women are. Okay. Like that. I'm seeing the eyes. I'm reading the eyes. I'm reading the body language right here. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's do two more. Let's do two more. Just for the sake of time. Let's do this. Let's do COVID was. COVID was what? Write one word. COVID was, write one word. Okay. And then let's do one final one. Being a part of this community, as in your community right here, being a part of this community is, right word. Okay. All right. Okay, so if it's okay, I'm looking at how we doing on time, by the way, Jean. Are we okay on time?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Marty, what
Yeah,
do we-
looking good. We got plenty of time.
10, 15 minutes yet.
Okay,
Go
perfect,
ahead.
perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So let's get a couple of shares. Let's get a couple of shares. All right. So who wants to go? Let's do life is, okay? We don't have time to do all of them. Life is what? Anybody want to share? What do you got? What Gene, what did you say? Life is what?
Fun.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Fun, wonderful,
Life is
beautiful.
great.
Life is great,
Magical.
okay? Magical,
Magical.
okay? Okay,
Love
beautiful.
that.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
Over,
All right.
everyone. It's only
Let's
nerd.
skip men and women. Let's skip men and women. All right. Like I say, just for sake of time, but I always love it. Whenever I do it with big groups of people, like the laughter is great. But let's do COVID. COVID was what? COVID was what?
Horrific.
Was draining.
Devastating.
Devastating.
Was
Tough.
What else we got?
draining.
Tough.
Yeah.
Vincent, what did you say?
Draining. It was draining.
Draining.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Anchor, did you say something for what COVID is?
Life lesson.
A life lesson. Okay. All right. Okay. Beautiful.
Like that.
And then let's just do being a part of this community is
Uplifting.
A blessing.
uplifting,
Influencing.
Beneficial.
influencing, beneficial.
Awesome.
Awesome. I love it. Love it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So here we go. Okay. So this is really where I wanted to get to today. The 3 decisions that you have to make every day. Number 1, what to focus on. The focus goes, energy flows. If you choose to focus all your time on all of the things that are draining you, the negativity, then it's going to take you down one path versus things that uplift you, empower you. But whatever you focus on, you have to give a meaning to. Okay. And the meaning that we attach to an experience becomes our experience. Let me say that again. The meaning that we attach to an experience becomes our experience. And one of the ways that we attach experience or attach meaning to experiences is through words. So what I just had you do is I said, okay, look, life is what? Life is fun. Life is magical. Life is great. That is the lens through which you see and view life every day. When you show up and you believe life is magical, you look at the world one way. I am in a group of like 300, 400 people doing this. And I say, life is what? And I get somebody shout out, life is tough. Life is really tough. And I'm like, well, of course it is. If you show up to every part of your day, life is a slog. Life is hard. The meaning that you attach to an experience becomes your experience. So the way I view it, and this is where, hopefully you understand this. So for me, in the world of high performance, one of my jobs is to help our players, to help our athletes find and create better meanings to things that happen in their life. And the same is true of you in business, and the same is true of people in life, right? When you say COVID, we went from life is magical, life is beautiful, life is great. And then I said COVID was a disaster. COVID was unbearable. And then, is it Shankar? You said a life lesson.
Yeah.
Why a life lesson?
I always believe that anything that you say, and you say this is because of so and so, I always knew that was a superstition. It is not something that it's something that I learned that every time I said something like this didn't happen because of, or that happened because of, and I feel that's just my limited understanding of life. Things happen, but it is like what you say, whether I believe it or not, just because 100,000 broadcasts go all along and I need to kind of absorb it, I think it's in my control to look at it the way I want. That's something like that.
Beautiful. I appreciate that. Give me a little ripple for that. I like that. I love that. So I did an event not too long ago back at it was last year, just a few months ago. It was in a big room of CEOs and leaders coming from all over the country, all over the US. And we did the same thing. And we got to the COVID part. And I said, COVID was same answers, right? Unbearable. It was tough. And then there was one person in the room. COVID was a blessing. So I said, do you mind standing up? So this person stood up. I said, would you mind sharing to the entire group? Like you seem to have a very different perspective of what is happening and what happened during arguably one of the toughest times in many people's life, when the whole world shut down. Can you explain to me why you have a different context of the same experience? Because remember, two people can experience the exact same thing, but the meaning you give to it is going to determine how you view it. So he's like, yeah, of course. He's like, I'm a high achiever. I'm successful at the highest level. I am a leader. I have many, many people that work for me. He's like, and he's kicking you know what in this world, right? From a when you look at success from a social standpoint, what most people deem as to be success, right? And that's a whole nother thing we could get into, like, how do you define success? But what most people do define success, this is a very, very successful person. And he says, but the expense of that, I sacrificed everything. I sacrificed my kids. I haven't seen my kids grow up. I haven't been there for my wife. I've let my health go. And then COVID forced me to stop doing all the things that I was doing. And the only thing I could do was be there with my wife. The only thing I could do was be there and play with my kids. The only thing I could do was just build this relationship with my family. He's like, and it's the biggest blessing in my life. Because I got to reconnect with the most important parts of my life, the things that I had let go, the things that I had left behind. And then when COVID got done and his world opened back up and he returns back into that success world, he has a very different view of how to do life now. He's still succeeding and doing you know what and kicking you know what at the highest level, but he has a very different meaning, very different perspective. And why was it? Because COVID gave him that gift. So what am I saying? Whatever you focus on, you have to give a meaning to it. And the meanings that we attach and experience become our experience. I could give you so many other examples that I just don't have time to do. But this is the power of what I'm talking about. This is the power of those little things like the golf shot. The compounding effect of just one meaning plus one meaning plus one meaning plus one meaning plus one meaning plus, you end up in two very different places. And where I show up in people's lives is I help connect people with more empowering meanings. When you can create a more empowering meaning, the whole game changes. So the third question is simply this. Whatever you focus on, you then have to attach a meaning to it. And whatever meaning you attach to it is going to determine the actions that you take. So if you want to have, which we all do, a great life, what does it require? You've got to take great actions. You've got to show up in a powerful way. You've got to show up to things in your life. You've got to show up and you've got to take action, right? Because that's how we get stuff done in life. But if you reverse engineer what we just talked about, if you want to live a next level life, if you want to generate next level results, if you want to create your humanitarian impact in this world, to create that, you've got to take great actions. How do you take great actions? All the time, you have to be focusing on empowering meanings that allow you to take empowering actions. And what's predicated on the meanings you create is by what you focus on. So if you can home in on those three questions and you can dial in those three questions every single day, you're going to be great. It's not going to be easy, right? But that is the base of everything that I talk about. Now I have so many other things that I get into in terms of some of my programs and the journey from good to great and Project Greatness and all these different like group coaching programs and things that I run. And it's based off of the rest of the pyramid, but at its base level, if you don't get the base of the pyramid out, then the rest of the life isn't going to work. So those are those three questions. And so I'll just come back to Gene. This will be the final thing I say is like, that's why I create this book. This book is simply a bunch of little mini insights, little mini max moments. I call max moments, a moment of insight, a moment in life when everything changes, a moment when the ordinary becomes extraordinary, a moment when the impossible becomes possible. And all it takes is one max moment, one moment of insight to change your life. And so in the introduction, I talk about how do you become a master of meaning. There are 42 little mini max moments in here, and each one is based around either vision, mindset, habits, resilience, happiness. And each max moment is just a way of looking at life in a slightly different way to create a slightly different meaning so that you can have all the things that you desire and want show up in your life. And so if you can connect to that and can take that away, whether it's live here or on replay, then I truly believe that there is nothing that you can't do individually, this group can't do in terms of making its impact globally. And for me, that's why I show up. And I come back to what was said on that email today about with the president and saying with Rita, that's the world that I live in. I show up for people because I believe I've been put on this earth to help people live into their greatness. And one of the ways I can do that is with what we talked about today. Help to create more empowering meanings in their life so that when those adversities hit, they don't look at it as the end. They actually look at it as the beginning of something even greater in their life. Because that ultimately, I think, is the biggest challenge that I find. If somebody asks me a question and say, well, what's the biggest challenge you find? The biggest challenge I find is that it's not if life is going to happen to us, right? It's not if bad things are going to happen. It's not if challenges are going to come. It's when they do, what do you do about it? And if you can create a more empowering meaning from those challenges, from the things that you don't want in your life, that's what separates the good from the great, is your ability to create a more empowering meaning on the things that you don't want in your life. Easy when we have all the things that we do want. But what about when those things that you don't want come? And when you don't, if you can take these three questions and apply it, you take one of these max moments and you apply it, the entire world changes. I'll stop. I mean, I could keep going, but I'm just going to stop. I took the presentation and I dialed it way down. So there you go. That's what I got for you. Appreciate you. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of today. I appreciate you, and keep up the great work, by the way. You're all doing an amazing job. So
Thank you,
Max.
Max.
This was
Max,
incredible.
This was great.
This was really wonderful,
so
and
much.
we appreciate you being here. And just briefly, could you tell how people can connect with you or your website or something, please?
Yeah. So my name's Max Rooke. So www.maxrooke.com, Max Rooke, ROOKE.com, and on there I have a lot of like coaching programs. The book, obviously, the Max Moments book. I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of speaking events. And my world has kind of changed. And obviously, soccer is what is where like what brought me to the world, if you will, in terms of what I do. But now it's like it's evolved because what we talked about today, it's applicable to high level sports, but it's applicable to everything. So now I have many different people reach out to me, whether it's entrepreneurs, coaches, leaders, seeking some guidance and help. And I had a lacrosse team that reached out to me the other day, and they said, "Can you help us?" And I'm like, "Good." And I talked to them about exactly this. I got a call from the coach yesterday. "Coach, you're not gonna believe it. We played the biggest game of our lives and we won in overtime. Everything you..." And I'm like, "That's amazing." It's just like, so whether it's just a lacrosse team or if it's CEOs, the span is and the reach is big, but it's powerful, and that's what I believe I've been put on this earth to do. Just like each of you have your unique blessing, and I'm sending you so much love that you continue to do what it is you've been put on this earth to do. So
thank you. Max, one of the things too is, and it touches my heart because yes, you're doing it with sports and with business and life, but I mean, my son is grown now, 40, so mom doesn't get a lot of influence on him, but a parent or even a grandparent, this could apply. You broke it down so good in understandable ways, and I see how a teenager would definitely benefit from some of this, truly.
I don't
Thank
think
you.
it's changes. All right. I think we'd all definitely benefit from this session. Max, thank you so much once again for being an amazing, presenter, and for bringing us into your world and for teaching us things, on how we can, we can, those two charts that I saw, all right, those are just amazing. All right. I hope we can, get those, the presentation. All right. Is that going to be made available to us?
Maybe, especially like a PDF, Max, of just the two that you showed us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can do that.
Yeah. So we can put it up on our, newsletter the next time it goes out, basically, to all the
Sure.
folks. And obviously, there'll be links directing folks to your, website as well.
For sure. Of course. Pleasure. Happy to do it.
That would be lovely. Yeah, and anybody can reach out to me if they don't remember his name or just remember Max. I can connect us, absolutely. So thank you. Thank you so much for your time today and for joining us. Truly, he is a global influencer, and I'm proud to have him as well. Truly.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
Max, you can stick around if you want. All right. But Marty, what's next in our, today's agenda?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
next up is the secretary's report. Secretary Shankar
Shankar?
Damodaran.
Sure. I just wanted to say it was wonderful last month, going on from the meetings we had and the collaborations we created in getting to know each other even better. And the traction is building as we go along. And I'm over here trying to get a few folks onto the RCO GI, and have been in touch with some of my group members across the world, and always so privileged and honored to know that we are a very unique club that is scattered around the world with members from across the places, and it is so nice to be part of this. And having said that, one of the things I want everybody to know is, I'm just reminding that please update your memberships, your profile on the page, on the website. And also, essentially, I want to touch upon the scholarship requirements that voted on in the board of directors meeting. Is any Rotary Club member can put somebody forward to receive the scholarship, but that person receiving the money does not need to be a member of Rotary International. And all the requirement is that the person is family member. So it can be a cousin, a nephew, a niece, a grandson, a daughter, a son, a wife, as long as they are a family member. So I encourage members to actually, apply for the scholarship that Rotary is generously giving. And I'm here to assist and look forward to anyone who wants to reach out and support in this area of the scholarship. Thank you. And I also want to thank Max for this wonderful event. There are great take homes, but one of the best is the meaning you give to life is what you get out of life. So powerful. I once had a thought that somebody was telling us how we can change the past. Can we really change the past? And I get the answer today that you can tell a different story. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
Just
Awesome.
quick note. I stayed on so I can put the pictures in what you just asked. I just put them in the chat.
All
So
right.
you have the pictures in the chat. Okay,
Great.
everybody. So that's what you asked for. Thank you very much again for your time. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you so much, Max.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Next up, we have, after the secretary's report, the treasurer's report. I have put that in there for everybody to see. Our current balance with Bank of America is $2,055.85.
Got it.
If you're not getting the bank statements in the WhatsApp group. We don't send them out to the world, the bank statements, but we do share the statements in the WhatsApp group. I can email those to you anytime if you're a valid member, if email's better for you. But we do place the bank statements, and the balance is just sitting there, $2,055.85. It's just sitting. Our forecast for this year is we have no bills to pay, and our membership will take a look at who wants to stay and who wants to go. We always do have people that want to stay and go. That generally occurs. Don't forget, we're asking to start doing that early in May now and early in November, so that we can get ahead of who would like to stay and go. And that's kind of where we're at. I also need to thank all of our club members and sponsors today. And I always showcase them on our website. So I'm going to screen share real quick here. Yes, we do have, let me see, closed captions turned on today. And let me share that screen. Okay, is that a host tool to share screen? Everybody that is in control of this meeting, if you know how to share a screen, just let me know.
Give me a sec.
I don't see any
You should be,
feature.
oh, right, yeah, now
I
you should
tried
have.
sharing, Marty. You
Yeah,
need,
yeah, but I turned it on. Marty, go ahead.
okay.
Okay.
I thought it was turned on, because,
See
Max
if I
did his
just click
presentation.
on, yeah, okay, if I just click on the share green button,
Yep.
it works pretty good. All right, there you go. You should be able to see our club, Rotary Club of Global Impact. And of course, Max was our guest speaker today. We've had some updates to the website. Of course, Becasar University Peace Center has opened. The grand opening is complete. Our latest international peace center in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey. So there's a new video up there on the website now about opening up the latest peace center across Earth. We now have 7. And that was Life to the Max down there. And then all of our other meetings are still there for people to follow up on and catch up on. And thanks to ISDIAC today, he downloaded the current March 22nd meeting, and he's getting ready to put that up on YouTube. We moved Gabby Moreno down to the bottom, and she's still on there, Rotary's new ambassador program. Where I wanted to go into today as part of the treasurer's report is in here. If you're clicking around on our website, you will notice our speakers and sponsors page. And I want to thank everybody who has put money into this club as the treasurer, because we are sitting on several $1,000s in the account. I feel very fortunate about that. Our partners and sponsors are featured. We like to feature them and showcase our partners and sponsors during every meeting live on screen with your logos, but they are scrolling here all across the website. And we actually have a double scroller because we have so many partners and sponsors. So aren't we lucky that we have that many actually? But yeah, I think it's very important to people, and that's part of our advertising program as the treasurer. This morning I was putting out to the international group that for $15 a month or $3.75 a week, we are advertising with your logo on our website and featuring you. If anybody wants to update this, update your logo, add a logo, just contact me at any time. And we've got our videos here of our sponsors. So as the treasurer, this is very important to me that people are seeing financial bang for their buck. And honestly, at $3.75 a week, you can't even buy a coffee at Starbucks for that. And from a guy that has $26,000 in advertising on Facebook account for my small business, this is already paid for. Forget the fact that I get the magazine in the mail. This is already paid for. Does anybody have any questions for the treasury or the treasurer?
No.
If not, then Mr. President-elect, I'll wrap up by switching over to the foundation chairperson's report. He had a small video available, and what he wanted to do was to make sure that everybody, Chuck Rudy Ecke, the foundation chairperson, to make sure that everybody is able to know. If you're on our website and you go to the front page, we do have the news every day is updated. And so that's just right there, the updated news and events. And for the Rotary Foundation this week, it is World Immunization Week, and vaccines are keeping communities strong. So this is going on this week across the world. And part of our foundation work also is feeding the world. In fact, the doorbell was ringing here at the headquarters of the club, and there was a gentleman standing at the door that Stormy just went and gave food to. He was looking at the 24-hour food bank and said it's empty. So the Rotary Club of Global Impact 24-hour, no questions asked food bank. She gave him a bag of food with a full loaf of bread and macaroni and cheese and vegetables and stuff. So our work is continuing here. And we went yesterday and spent close to $100 of food to keep it going out of our money. And also, I can happily say that some people came by last night and dropped off food. And this is the little video that Chuck Rudy wanted to roll for World Immunization Week. It is 24 to 30 April. And hopefully, can you guys see that screen there for the fight against polio?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
it's World Immunization Week this week for Rotary International, all 46,000 clubs, 24 to 30 April. This is our focus on our work and the robust polio eradication infrastructure that was built by Rotary, the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, sometimes called GPEI. And during this period, we now know that we have 20 million children around the world that were saved from paralysis, much like our American president, Franklin Roosevelt, at the age of 37, became paralyzed and was reduced to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And the disease, of course, was doing more than 1,000 people paralyzed every day. So right now we've drilled that down in Rotary to 99% reduction. And we just had 8 cases in 2025 so far. Afghanistan and Pakistan are the only 2 countries left on Earth that are not eradicated. When we eradicated polio in Africa and India, it was huge, huge celebrations. So that's what's going on this week. And he had this short video here. I'll just put on and make sure you guys can hear that.
We can't hear it, but Marty, can you please maybe share the, what do you call it, link to the video?
Yeah, I'll share the link to the video.
Yeah.
And I did put it in the WhatsApp group as well for members only and into the international group. And
Awesome.
with that, I will say I'll stop sharing because that is his report. Here's the link to the video. And I did share it in the international group as well as the members only group. That was his
That sounds
report
great.
for Polio Week.
Awesome. All right, guys. So if is that everything?
I think we have to have a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting.
I make the motion.
I
Stormy
second.
Marcello makes a motion. The minutes were sent out by email and put into the WhatsApp group. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please speak your piece. The motion passes then at 12:04 p.m. on April 26th. And I would like to make a motion myself to end this meeting and close the general meeting. Can I have a second?
I second.
I second.
Espinoza seconds Martin Mangelo's motion to close. All in favor to
Awesome.
close, and we will see you again the
Aye.
2nd and
In about 2
4th.
weeks.
Yep. And coming up is you're supposed to be preparing for this meeting is going to be the African president from Ghana for the battered women's shelter. She will be coming on from Ghana for the battered women's shelter in Accra, Ghana. And that is another one of our global grants. We're trying to raise close to $100,000 She's going to have a general from the Army who is helping her. He is also going to be on.
Oh.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Thank you.
Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.